Okay, students, I want to welcome you to class. Today we're going to learn how to use ONET online profiler, interest profiler. So I'm going to go to share my screen. Okay. Share. Okay. Okay, so we have the ONET interest profiler. And our learning objectives today, at the end of this session, the audience will be able to demonstrate how to guide clients through an employment or apprenticeship search using ONET online profiler. They will be able to guide the clients through skills associated with the Hollands 6 occupational profiles related to employment and apprenticeships. So I want you all to take a minute and read this quote and then share out. I will need one person to share out their thoughts.
I can agree with that.
Okay, Neil, would you tell us why?
Um, because if you don't have a job that matches your personality type, it could be a bad choice.
And so when you say bad choice, what do you give us an example?
That means you'll be more prone to change jobs more frequently than you would if you uh, picked a job that fits your personality.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. So the Hollands Theory is that similar to Parsons. John Holland believed there is a relationship between the individual and their career. He believed this relationship to be central to the idea of person work fit criteria and affected how an individual saw their world. Okay, as stated by Scharf, John Holland wrote 5 books explaining his relationship, and from his research, he developed 2 psychological inventories, which formed the basis his career development theory. The inventories mentioned are vocational preference inventory (VPI) and the self-directed search (SDS). Both took into account the uniqueness of the individual or personality. An identifiable characteristic of a field of work offered the idea of characterizing into groups. Okay, Holland's theory. Theoretical foundation and important constructs. John Holland theory of types mentions a model founded on an idea of 6 distinct work environments and aligning individuals' unique personality with those work environments. And here are these 6 distinctive personality interests. So you have those that are realistic, which means they like tools and animals, machines. You have investigative, data type that likes solving problems, abstract thinking, artistic, an environment which requires free, open expression and creativity. Then you have social, requires understanding, interactive, and caring of other people. You have enterprise, an environment which requires the ability to persuade or lead, others to common goals such as the acquisition of wealth. And then you have conventional, requires the ability to plan and follow directions. And again, Hollands Theory, according to Holland and Mum, individuals develop a sense of personality at an early age in life. So when I think about this, I can't remember myself growing up. I knew exactly, what I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. But we know sometimes that is not the case. The application of Holland Theory to career counseling exposes the relationship or interaction of individuals' personality to their work environment. From working in the field and working with other people, you, especially being a consumer shopping, or even just going to the doctor, or maybe you just going to the store, you could kind of figure out who is where they need to be by the way they interact with you, right? By their personality. And then sometimes you can say, I don't think this is the field for them, right? Maybe they should be somewhere else. So what our goal is, we're going to help clients to develop an action plan. And this action plan consists of, it's a short profile. They answer their name, put their family, if they, the community. They will choose 3 positive words that describe them, what their top interests are, 3 values, subject that they are studying, subjects they plan to study in the next few years, an occupation that interests them, work experience and plans. Did they ever do a pay or volunteer voluntary work, and 2 employment references. So from them doing this plan, this is where it leads to ONET. So ONET Online is an interest profiler that you will walk a client through. Okay, so this right here, this part right here is the main site. So for those who have already taken the assessment and those that are going to take it, this is what you should see when you log in. It don't require a password or anything. Once you log in, let me go back. You will go up to, at the top it says advanced search, and then you will click interest. Once you get to interest, over here in the corner it says ONET interest profiler. So you will select that. Now once you get here, you have 2 choices. You can start your assessment by clicking start if you haven't already done so. But if you already did it and you just want to go back and look at your results, you can. So you will click on where it says, no, this is just to clear my results. But once you go in to start, it has a section where if you already taken it, you can enter in your scores from your assessment. So I've taken the assessment, and so this part right here is the interest questions. So these questions, you will take your time and read them, answer them as clear and truthfully as possible. Once you answer the questions, for example, you would say build kitchen cabinets. Is that something I like to do? No, I do not like to do that. So I will select this face right here. And then that's what I would do for each question. It's 60 questions. All right, I have my results. So if you remember what the R, realistic, investigative, artistic, social or enterprising or conventional stand for, then you will remember, hey, when I took the test, I really wasn't in this section right here. It really didn't appeal to me. Investigative, no, not something I really wanted to do. Now, artistic, I had a like for it. my scores went up. In social, ooh, I really love that area. So here we are at a 39. And then enterprise and conventional, I did, really enjoyed it. Now, one thing about this site right here, if you click on each link, hyperlink, it'll explain each one of the Hollands six theories to you. It explains each one what it is and give you a better understanding of it. So once we get through with our assessment, we see our results. Now this is the time where we choose. It says, now that you have learned about each job zone, select the current future job zone that's right for you. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. Are you really trying to do no work, no preparation needed? Probably just a basic high school diploma. Here we go. But then you may want to do something that requires you to have a master's or a PhD. Then you'll click job zone 5. Okay, now I selected job zone 5, which is extensive preparation needed, which tells me either you're going to have to, if I'm not in school, you have to go back or you have to do some additional training. Now here go my results. So once I clicked on zone 5, it brought up a list of careers for me. And as you see, arbitrator, chief executive, a clergy, education administrator, like a principal or superintendent, a graduate teaching assistant.
And it also has a scroll so that you can scroll down. So like you have more choices than just that.
Right. So it was just a list. So some of them you can have up to what? What did you have? How many did you have, Neil?
It's in alphabetical order, so it goes from A to Z. So whatever is in that category from A to Z, you'll be able to see.
Awesome. So a lot of times when you're talking to clients or even a student, they may ask you once they get that list, how much does it pay? Do I have to go back to school? So it all depends on, again, their what? Who can tell me? What does it depend on? The job zone, remember?
Yes, the job zone.
The job zone. So it depends on the job zone that they select would determine the level of education, even the amount of pay. So I chose ed leadership, so administrator. And it brought up that I need a master's degree or a doctoral. It also has the pay. Looks pretty good, don't it? So it starts with the lowest, which is $55,320, to the medium, $95,410. The highest is $194,090. So that's the superintendent looking like right there. Okay. So for those that have not taken the assessment yet, you may do so at this time. And while we wait for those to complete their assessment,
I just finished mine.
You just finished yours? Okay. So anybody like to share out their thoughts? If you had to walk someone through this, how did you feel about it?
Let's see. Okay. Well, my highest score was investigative.
Oh, that's good. Tell us about that.
So it's saying people with investigative interests like work that has to do with ideas and thinking rather than physical activity or leading people. They like searching for facts, figuring out problems. I would say that's me. I'm a fact finder, and I do like to figure out problems.
So is that something that you're doing currently? Would you say you're doing that kind of work currently?
Well, yeah, I'm a manager,
So
which
it's just
is funny because it's saying I'd rather do the idea part rather than lead people, and right now I'm leading people, which I
wow,
don't
that's
mind
good.
doing.
Yeah, that's
My
awesome.
second highest score was social, so
And can you see yourself as that too? Like,
yeah, because that's basically, they said I like teaching, giving advice, helping, and being of service to people. So that is me.
wonderful. Do you feel that you have learned the skill that you can use with someone else from doing this survey? Like, is this something you could see yourself walking someone through?
Yeah, because I really think it will help you in a direction. Because some people are, as you said, want to know what pays the most versus is it really going to fit them. So this will help you kind of blaze your path in the right way of where you really should go as far as having a career.
Okay. Thank you, Erica, for sharing. Anyone else like to share?
I'll share. So my highest score was artistic, such as music, art, and when I looked up the jobs, it says either to teach dance or to teach art or be a choreographer. Now, if I would have took this in my younger days, maybe so, because I was real heavy off into music. I played flute, but right now I still like to dance, but that's not gonna happen. My
Okay.
second highest score was social. Teaching, giving advice, helping, and being of service to people. So that's what I do now. My goal was to be a nurse coming out of school. That didn't happen. But what I do now, I do cardiac ultrasounds. Been doing it for a long time. And I do teach other students, other doctors. And it is a service where I'm helping people.
Thank you, Michelle, for sharing.
You're welcome.
So it seems like the assessment was something that's really useful and can help students as well as adults and those that's transitioning and from one job to the next.
Exactly.
Okay. Again, we went over some of the questions was how did you feel about your results, and some shared that it was a shock. I heard that it was a shock. It's like I'm clearly sociable,
Right.
but they have me as something else, right? So sometimes you have to take into thought what has happened in your life in the last few months, a year. What happened for the drastic change? Just something to think about. What job choice interests you the most? And some of you all said that, yes, I'm currently working in my field of interest. Do you feel you know more about yourself than you did prior to the assessment?
Yes, this is funny. I'm just looking at the careers, and the first one, they say best fit me as an advanced practice nurse, which I am.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Okay.
That is great.
I will also add that according to I did the personalities test, and when I did this, it actually matched every job that my personality test results came from.
Wow. So you had a um, positive results also.
And for me, for realistic, I got a 0.
Would
I
you
don't.
tell us what's realistic again? What did we say realistic is?
Well, realistic is includes practical hands-on problems and answers. Often people with realistic ideas do not like careers that involve paperwork or working closely with others. I got a 0.
I hear you laughing like, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I mean that's me. I mean it says working with plants and animals. I no. Working with wood tools and machinery, no, that's not me. And working outside, no.
So I'm glad that you see that this online ONET interest survey is useful and helpful to anyone that is choosing or desiring for a change of career. They can find this website useful for finding apprenticeships also. Do anyone have any questions or concerns at this time? Or maybe they want a short reflection. I don't know.
Well, I would say looking at the list of careers, like I said, the first one had me right on target, but it also said I could be a teacher. And actually, when I started college, I was going to school to be a teacher. So I found
Wow.
that interesting.
Wow. That's good. So again, I would like to thank each of you all for chiming in and being a part of our lesson today. I hope that you learned something that you'll be able to share with your colleagues, maybe another student or a client of yours. We talked about our action plan and how we're going to use our action plan to develop a plan for those to find a career or an apprenticeship. And they will use the information from their online interest inventory results to complete their action plan. Again, thank you to everyone that chimed in. Have a great day.
All right, take care.
Okay.